Before 1996, the Earth was flat. Now you may be thinking that's stupid, but 3D games simply just didn't exist. Well, that is before Super Mario 64. Obviously not the first 3D platformer, but it might as well have been. It completely shaped 3D platformers in the future. It's an all-time classic, it still holds up really well, and it's infinitely replayable and fun to control. You know how glitches are usually seen as a bad thing? Not for Mario 64, it just makes for incredible speedrunning potential. However, the game was supposed to get a true sequel on the 64 disk drive, but instead we got Super Mario Sunshine. Wahoo! I think it's probably the worst 3D Mario game. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, because 3D Mario games are a really high bar, but this is just probably the only one that I consider not that great. With levels like the Pachinko Machine, the Leaf Secret Course, the Sandbird, the Chuckster, Red Coins, the entirety of Serena Beach, and Corona Mountain, it just has so many levels that are just hit or miss. The final boss is really glitchy, bad, and underwhelming. Once I got so close to beating him, and then I just clipped through the floor and died. That was not fun at all. However, the game does have quite a few positives, like the music, the general vibe, FLUDD, and it has the best 3D Yoshi. This game will always hold a special place in my heart as that one 3D Mario game that I didn't get to play for so long and always wanted to. But it was a really big disappointment when I finally got to. Super Mario 64 DS. Now, originally I wasn't even planning on putting this game in the video, but I felt like I would get comments asking me why I didn't, so I'm just giving it a short segment. First of all, it has pretty fun ideas with all the different characters, but Wario is too heavy to be fun to use, Yoshi is fine, Mario is good as ever, and Luigi's pretty great. However, the D-pad is terrible, and generally it just has worse controls because of the run button. The minigames are pretty great though, and it has quite a bit of exclusive content, though a lot of the extra stars are really underwhelming. The multiplayer versus mode is pretty bad, but you know, it's a pretty good port for the DS. Super Mario Galaxy, the reason I was the second best thing to come out in 2007. It's my favorite Mario game of all time. The levels are amazing, the controls are great, you can play as Luigi once you 100% the game, the story is good, it looks amazing for a Wii game, the music is fantastic, but the final boss is really easy, but it's pretty cool, it's got spectacle. And the power-ups are really fun too. Overall, it's just a fantastic package, and I'd recommend it to any Mario fan that hasn't played it. Super Mario Galaxy 2. Now, since Super Mario Galaxy 1 is my favorite Mario game, you'd probably expect Mario Galaxy 2 to be really close behind, right? Well, no. I don't really know why. I guess it's because Yoshi is pretty bad in this game. It doesn't really have much of a story. The world map is pretty lame. Starship Mario is worse than the Comet Observatory. And weirdly enough, I hate that the skies are more often blue than they are starry, spacey backgrounds. The game still has good levels and good music and fun power-ups, such as the Cloud Flower, which is one of the best Mario power-ups of all time. The final boss is still pretty good, the green stars were a lot of fun, and Grandmaster Galaxy was really hard but really fun. This game is really good, but I feel like it began what I refer to as 3D Land Syndrome. The game is more linear, it's more basic. There's nothing wrong with that, of course, but I just feel like it's not what I want out of a 3D Mario game. With that being said, Super Mario 3D Land released on the 3DS. I know exactly what I just said was that kind of isn't what I want from a 3D Mario game, but I don't know, I kind of love this one. The Tanuki is really fun in 3D, the levels are varied and fun, it's all very simple and lacks anything really original, but the final boss is amazing, it has the barrels, it has the castle falling apart, it's just awesome, and once you beat the game completely doubles in size, giving you 8 special worlds. A lot of them are just remixed levels, which, you know, it's kinda lame, but it's still cool that they give you those extra levels. And it's just generally a good game. But, once again, it's just very linear, and I think that's fine for a 3DS game. But when they're hyping up a big console Mario game, it's not what I want from it. Which unfortunately brings us to Super Mario 3D World. I'm not saying that it's a bad game. I'm saying that it's not at all what the Wii U needed. The Wii U needed something like Mario Odyssey. The Wii U needed something like Mario 64. It needed something that would sell the console. But it didn't get that. It got a good game, sure. It's well designed, it's polished, the levels are solid. It just has no identity. The only thing it has going for it is cats. And obviously now that we have games like Mario Odyssey, people give it more slack. They say it's a great game, and it is. But when that was the only 3D Mario game that you could play on the Wii U, it was just the worst thing it could have got at the time. It was a very boring game at the time. I always saw the worth in it, I always liked it. But the Wii U didn't need that. Super Mario Odyssey is one of my favorite Mario games of all time. Probably either second or third, but I guess you'll find out in the ranking when I actually make up my mind. It has amazing presentation, the story is awesome, I hate the Broodals. Capturing isn't very fun and it just slows the game down, but it's a neat gimmick. Cappy is kind of annoying and Flood was better, but I love the outfits, I love all the kingdoms, all the extra moons are super fun to get. The game really encourages exploration, and if you go off the beaten path at any point, chances are you're going to find another moon there. And that's something I really appreciate about this game, and something that other Mario games need more of. Bowser's Fury. This game was packed in with the Switch port of Super Mario 3D World, and I don't really know if I even consider this a full 3D Mario game, but I feel like people would be mad if I didn't talk about it. It only has 100 cat shines, Fury Bowser can get a bit annoying, many of the shines are cumbersome to collect. There's cats everywhere, which I guess is kinda cool. It controls really well though, and Bowser Jr. is a joy to see as always. However, the Giga Bell is just a huge gimmick and it's not that great. All of these games have merit. All of these games are good in their own ways, and I have history with pretty much all of them. Maybe not Bowser's Fury, but these games are all special to me for different reasons. Mario Odyssey was the first Switch game I ever got, and it was such a great introduction to that console. Mario 3D World was a game that I wanted to get so bad that I bought a Wii U for it. Mario 3D Land, when I bought it for myself, I 100%ed it, and it was such a great experience. Galaxy 2. Another game that I bought for myself and 100%ed because after I got 3D All-Stars, I wanted to play Galaxy 2 again. Super Mario Galaxy. What an amazing title. I already explained all my history with it in a later segment of this video that I already recorded before this one, so I'm not going to get into that here. 64DS, a game that my brother wanted, so I wanted it because I was young, so what he wanted, I wanted. And I honestly remember not really caring for this one, but upon replaying it with an analog mod, I thought it was really good. Sunshine, I wanted this game for so long. That was also already said in the video, so I'm gonna not repeat myself. And 64. Just a fantastic game. One that I originally didn't really like, though I learned to love it. Upon replaying it countless times, learning how to speedrun it in different ways, it's a game that I can always just pop on and have a good time with. And I feel like I can say that with a lot of these. If I had to rank these games from worst to best, I would probably say Bowser's Fury, then Super Mario Sunshine, then Super Mario 3D World, then 64DS, Super Mario 3D Land, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Galaxy 2, then Super Mario 64, then Super Mario Galaxy. Now, when I was talking about Galaxy 2, I may have said that it wasn't even close to Galaxy, when clearly it is. I guess I just didn't really think about it when I was writing that part, and I don't want to re-record it since I already did that like 8 times. So, you know. Now, I have made several videos on Mario, and I'm going to rank all of the Mario games that I've taken a look at thus far, except the Mario and Luigi games, because I don't really know how I would rank those among platformers when I don't really love RPGs that much and really like platformers. So I feel like that's unfair, so I'm just not going to put them in here. Starting with Super Mario Run, Super Mario Land, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, New Super Mario Bros. U, Bowser's Fury, Super Mario Sunshine, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 2, New Super Luigi U, Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario 64 DS, Super Mario Land 2, Super Mario 3D Land, New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario 64, and finally in first, Super Mario Galaxy. Galaxy is just such a good game. I still remember when I first got it, and I have so many memories of playing the game with my mom and my whole family downstairs in the basement where we used to have the TV and the Wii. I remember when I played it, I couldn't get past Good Egg Galaxy, and then my mom beat it for me, and then she couldn't get past Honey Hives, then I had to help her with that. It was a great experience, and that game will always hold a special place in my heart with nostalgia, as well as just generally being a fantastic game. So it'll always have a spot in my top 10 video games of all time, and definitely in my top 1 Mario games of all time.